and then the recording will be on. Yes, now the recording is on, and chat window is also here. And everything looks working fine. So let's start. Today we are in week number 11, and just like before, we will have an assignment for this week, assignment for week number 11, just same assignment, similar assignment. Like all other weeks, we will complete the lab during our class, and our assignment will be the same procedure, 10 pictures, and you guys work along with me. I hope so the things will be easy so you guys can do your own work. And if any problems come and you cannot do your own work, then you just write the reason and then you can use the class pictures. But you should write the reason, otherwise some marks will be deducted if you don't write any reason and just use the class pictures. And we start from our SharePoint Online account. Still it is working. Mine is, and most of the students will be, subscription will be disabled. If we go into the details, we have checked before, but still a lot of features are working, so we don't need to create another account. But we created just for our practice, but I'm still working in my same account that I have created with ms at comp3121z.onmicrosoft.com. And I'll just go to my starting page so we can have the idea that what we are doing. This is the first page that I reach when I log in, and here we have apps. We have all apps on this page. Sorry, here all apps. If we click on this one, and here somewhere we find admin center. We click on that and we reach to the Office 365, Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And from there we click on the SharePoint Admin Center, and then we reach to this page. No, not this one. This is later I was using on this one, SharePoint Admin Center. I just move it close to here. Okay, so when we are in our SharePoint Admin Center, usually we go to active sites. This is the list of active sites. I have created site for week number 9 when we were studying for week 9. Then I created for week 10, a site for week 10, and now I have created a site for week number 11 that mostly we'll be working in this one. Other than that, I have apps catalog, website. I don't want to call it website, but this is a SharePoint online site because this is not available for everybody. This is only available for people who can log in into our organization. And this is the default base site, that's COMP3121. Enterprise Search Center we have, and we have Microsoft 365 Learning Pathways. These are all sites. All these sites are created during our study in different weeks. And I created a project team site, and on the next day I also created a site for project. And I recently created a record center site. Today also we will create one again record center site. So we start with week number 11 site, if we click on the URL, we can see the site. I just edited a little bit, otherwise this is just a simple site that we create usually. Okay, so what is the agenda for today? Let's go through our PowerPoint slides, and then we will come back to our lab. So this one I have shown you, and the site. And the new topic is manage SharePoint online users and groups with PowerShell. This is an interesting topic. With the PowerShell, we have before created users and some other tasks, but especially to create users, there was at that time we completed a two-step process actually for another experiment. First, we created users into our virtual machine, VMware machine, because we want to get a Windows server machine. So we created that machine into a virtual machine, VMware. And then we transported, or we can say synchronized those users, 100 users, more than 100 users, to our SharePoint Online. And that was done successfully. And today we will create directly the users just from our Windows 10 machine and Windows 10 PowerShell without the login or creating the users into our local server. We will communicate directly to our SharePoint Online. So that is a different process. So today we will be doing that, and we will try some other commands also from the Windows PowerShell. Here is the information links that you guys can see on the website, on Microsoft Documents site, and it will look like this starting page. And first of all, of course, we will need to connect to our SharePoint site. So then we can send commands to our SharePoint online site. So first of all, we start with PowerShell ISE, but we started in an administrator mode. And how we'll do that? If we go to, and sometimes it's already here, but if it is not, then we can write here PowerShell, and it will be in the list. It's here, Windows PowerShell ISE, and run as administrator, or right click and whatever is easier. Run as administrator. We'll ask, we say yes. If ask password, we can give the password. So now we are at the prompt, and we can issue the commands for our local machine. Like for example, this is already in Windows System 32. If I say var, then it will show the directory for this folder, the folder contents file. But this is all on my local machine. So when we want to connect to our SharePoint Online, how we do that? We just give this command, connect SPO service, SharePoint Online SPO service, and URL. Then we give the URL of our site where we want to connect. This is a special URL. See, this is with admin, because we want to connect with admin rights. So the URL is also special. So we can just copy it from here. Control C, and then we can go back to our PowerShell. Control V, and I press enter. And if we don't give the username password, it will ask for the username and password. So we give the email that is for the admin or the owner of the tenant. ms.comp3121 COMP3121 Z is it in my case dot on Microsoft.com, and I click next. It will ask for the password. And it will also ask for the phone authentication because mine has started already asking on the phone authentication. And message came on my app and I have authenticated and now it's connected. So here we won't see any message, but it is connected if there is no error message. Just to make sure, we can also issue one or two commands to get the information from our SharePoint Online tenancy, and we will see if it is working. Okay. So the next command that we can try, the easy command, we have completed this process. List of the sites, groups and users. So first of all, we will get the list of the sites. For that one, we just write get SPO site, and then we can get the list of the sites. Get SPO site. Here we can have the details of this. Is the very nice thing in PowerShell. See, all these things are in front of us. So we can select, for example, if we select this one, we get its parameters. If we get this one, we get its parameter list here. So we can, if we like, we can see or supply the parameters here also. Right now we are not giving any parameters. We just get SPO site and we will get the list of the sites that we have. These are the sites, those are not deleted, so active sites. And if we see all these sites are actually there, see this M365LP, I will just show you over there. If we see M365LP, this one, Microsoft 365 Learning Path, this one is coming in the list because this is actually the folder and this is actually the name of the site. So we are getting all these names. This is A1, a site for week 9. This one is a site for week 11. And all these sites are here that I have there. So this was the first command that we can make sure that yes, we are connected with our SPO, our SharePoint Online. And then we get the list of the groups. And for that, we use the command like this. Just a little bit of explanation if you guys like. This is the same command, SPO site. And for each, this is a pipeline, we said pipe, fine. And so the result of this command, first command, will be sent to the second command. And second one is for each, means the each line in the result, get SPO site group, that groups related with the site, and then list the site and URL and format as a table. This command then will send the result to the format table, and this is the command, the result will be sorted, will be formatted as a table. So we can copy this one and enter into our PowerShell, and we will see that we get the list of the groups. See, all the groups are coming. It's taking a little time because we don't know where is our actual server, maybe in US somewhere. And sometimes the internet is busy, so it takes some time. And actually also because there are 3 commands, so one command is giving result to the next one, and the next one is giving to still another next one, format table. So now we see here the groups. See, this is regular groups, members, this is owners, this is visitors, and then for sites they are starting. But anyway, this thing information, if we like to see, we can see that of course from the user interface, but of course we can get it from the SharePoint also. So this was the list of groups. Then we can also see the list of the users. With this command we can get the list of the users. So this is the list of the users. Remember, we have created 100 or more than 100 users. So all those users are here starting from 1 to 100, and some others also that we have created, and some users that system has created. Those are also here, like system account, and these are. So this was the third command, and we go ahead and see more commands. We can add a user to the site collection or the site administrator groups with this command, and we can make him as a site administrator if we like to, and that command we will just test in a minute. Let me just see if anybody is waiting. No, nobody is waiting. Recording is on, mic is working, chat is fine. Okay, so if we want to add a user to a site or site collection, then into the administrators group, how we can do that? We can use it. This is the example. This topic all I have copied from the Microsoft, and it is pretty latest, not the old one. If we want to see, we can see also the date, find the date of when the topic was updated. And probably you guys will know. If not, then just for information, this is like a variable that we are saving one information, then another variable, tenant variable, site variable, user variable, and we will use these variables starting with the $sign into our command. And just the value of the variable will be replaced into the command. It is just to make it a little easy, or we can directly add these values into the command also. So I have copied the command over here in text also. So if you guys like, you guys can also copy it from here and just take it to the SharePoint Online. I'm just adding user number 11 as a site collection administrator. If it will be already there, we will see what happens, because I have already done that 11. Maybe I changed the number, and we will see. I just go to my PowerShell and copy these lines. And here I just change the user for practice from user 11 to user 21. And then we can just click enter and see what happens. See, now the user 21 is added into the as a here says member, but it is site collection admin rights are also given by this command to this user. And system will know which user through the email address. This email address, I have not copied this email address. How it happened? Because just user 21 is used here into the command, and it's updated wherever it was required. This is also a benefit of using variables. If we have used the values, then we have to change it wherever we have used it, even more than one places. But if we have used variables, then same variable we can use as many times as we need, and it will be updated just by changing once its value here before the command. Okay, so this was how we managed users. This is just one example. Of course, there are so many commandlets that you can see in the documentation. This was one task, and the next one, that create a site collection group. We can create a group also with the command. We have created a group with user interface, graphical user interface. Now today we will create a group with a PowerShell commandlet. So tenant is the same one. This is name for my tenant. You will write the name for your tenant, and then you can try it. Site is this one, a site for week 11, and new SPO site group. This is the commandlet, and then site, the name of the site where we want to create the group, and then the group, the name of the group is project leads, and permission levels for this one we are keeping just full control. So I just copy this command and test into our PowerShell. But this group is already there because I have created, so it may ask if it, let me see what happens. We can just change the name of the group also. Yeah, see, the specified name is already in use. Yeah, so the same group, of course, cannot be created again. So what I can do, you guys can do it directly because you guys don't have that group already. But if once you have executed this command and the group is created, then next time if we execute the same command, it will say that the name is in use. So I will just go here and change the project leads. I will change it to project managers. And then we execute the command and it will be executed once again. See, now it's executed, and I can save this picture also as another example. So this was before an example. I'll just copy another example here, the top of it, but I will reduce it a little bit to this size. Just an example that we have another example of the command. Okay, so now the next command, we will add a user to other site collection groups. We can add a user to the groups also if that we have created, or any other group. This is the command, add SPO user, and then we give the group name, and then we give the login name. Login name defines the user actually, and then the site where we want to add this user. And this is another example. This is the example. Before it was a overview of the command, and this is the command that I have used, and we can just copy it from here, and you guys can change the name of your tenancy and your site, SPO site, and usernames that you have, any of the users, and then we can add them into the group that we have already created, project leads or project managers, wherever group you have, you can select. So I'll go back here, and because I have already added once before user 12, so I just change it to user 22, otherwise it will may give some message. Okay, actually let's try what happens if we just keep it the same, because adding in a group maybe is not a very difficult task. Means the system can just execute once again. Yeah, it's executed once again without warning or error. If we do once again, it executes without error. even the user is already added into that group, it will add it once again. We can change the things if we like, just to have a practice. Here, project leads, we can also try project managers that we have just created. And see, it's working. And now the system is also showing that it is in two groups, project leads and project managers. So I'll keep this piece of code execution also as a sample into the PowerPoint slides file, and I will upload the version 3. I have already uploaded version 2. So after the class, I will upload the updated file with version 3 name. So then you guys can take the latest file after the class, like in an hour or so. After the class, the file will be available, and then you guys can have the latest file. So this is the first example run, and now this will be the second example run of the command with a different group name. So now the same user 12 is included in two groups, project leads and project managers. Okay, so this is the command to add the users into the groups, and we can remove users from the groups also. So for that one, we use the command remove SPO user. SPO stands for SharePoint Online User. Then the login name, then the site name, and the user will be removed from that group. The group is not here yet mentioned, but of course the group is there because we are removing from the group. And Microsoft is saying not run this command unless you really have to remove the user from every group. And this can be a good example because right now we have seen that our user number 12 was included in two groups. So if we like to remove him from both of the groups or as many as all the groups, then we can use this command. Remove user, simply remove SPO user will remove it from which group we just mention here in the command like this. Or if we can use the command like this, we can remove the same group, same user from all the groups just in one command. And I have not executed this command, so just to save some time, or if we like, we can execute this one also with changing some parameters according to our own our own site, SPO site, and our own group names. And now we want to see next topic, the same topic, but subtopic, automate management of large lists of users and groups. Of course, we are talking about here large list of groups and users and groups. We can have hundreds or whatever number we like to deal with. In big companies, we have lot of users, and sometimes we need to move them or add new users or remove users. Then we can do with the help of the CSV comma separated files. But here we will just try with a couple of the lines, but the process is the same. It may have 100 lines, then all will be added or removed, whatever we want to do. It will work like this. File structure should be that we are using will be site, group, and permission levels. From these two, actually there are two commands. I'm just trying right first, second command first of all, making it a little simple. So I will use only one file and only introduce the users into one group, but of course we can choose any groups that we want to add the users in with the help of the two files. So this is the example file, group and login name and site. And the next one is if we want to run both commands at the same time, then we need two CSV files. But if we want to run them one by one, we can just have one file at one time. And I have created one file in Excel and then saved it as CSV file. The file looks like this: group and group name and login name and site name. File is there in the folder. You guys can just make this file yourself. It is so simple and easy. Here will be your site name. Here will be your login name, means the user that you want to add. I have already, because we have user 13, 14, 15. So I have just written that here. And the project lead or whichever group you guys have into your tenant. So that will work. I can show you my Excel file here. This was my Excel file. I have saved it as comma separated. So formatting is not saved whenever I save it. So I just have to again resize the columns to see the full data. So this is just here. If we want to expand it more than 3 users to more than 3, that is also very easy with Excel, and we can just drag the list and it will be copied, let's say 10 users. See, but the thing is we should have those users, but I know I have those users. Probably you guys will also have. Sorry, this number is not increased but repeated. But anyway, we can edit it and make it 13, 14, 15. Then this one will be 16. System was not able to figure out, otherwise usually it comes right away. The whole list comes very nicely up to any number of users that we do. 16, 17, and 18. I have created users like this just to make it easy. Otherwise, we can copy from the Microsoft website also the data, or just create our own data that more looks like the actual names, first name, second name. But any names, main important thing is just to try the process, that how we perform this process. I'm just extending my list of 3 users to the list of 10 users, 9 actually, because one line is reserved for the titles. And I know I have these users into my, this one, COMP3121Z on Microsoft.com. I have all these users, so should be no error. So I can save it once again as CSV file. Just click on the save and it will be saved. So I can just close it or just make a picture also. So keep it a record that which users I have added into the project lead group. This was one example. I can just save here once again. Another example with 10 users, same file name. I have not changed the file name. And then how we issue the command, we add the users just with this command. Import CSV file will import this file. I have copied this file here in my C drive root, and then George Brown, and then username. This is the name of the file. I'm not changing this 3. And then for each means each line in the file, add user SPO. This we have already executed the command. Now this will be executed for each line of the CSV file. So group will be group taken from the CSV file, and login name will be taken from the login name column CSV file, and site will be taken from site column from the CSV file. Very powerful command. And we copy from here. We go to our PowerShell and copy the command, and then I just click enter and see it's taking only 3 users, 13, 14, 15. Why? Let me see. The file is not saved over there. Maybe. So it has the 10 lines. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this one maybe is creating some problem for the system. It's not saved probably as a text because changing the color is some formatting. I have saved it as comma separated file. So that should not be saving any formatting. But anyway, the process is the same. Maybe we can delete it and write it. If we write by hand and don't click enter or anything at the end of the line, then we will be able to do it. Okay, let me just try with 2 more records. I will delete these records. And I just copy, Control V and Control V, and just change the name, and I try not to press enter. See what happens. 16. But I have to press enter, otherwise I cannot save it. Oh, let me see if I can. Yes, but it changes to something. See the mail to blah blah blah. It's saying something else. So actually behind that is some change into the we can do one thing more. If really we want to, we can open it not into the Excel, but we can open this file into the some other editor. See, like this one, Notepad, and we see if we can make it correct. This should be now fine. We save it into the Notepad and see what happens. File, save. Okay, and now we issue the command once again and see what happens. No, it's only working for 3 users. Something is prohibiting the rest of the data to be taken. Let me just see. 03B C George Brown 03B. Am I editing the right file? Oh yeah, see, no, it's a mistake. Sorry students, I have been changing the file into another folder, and the file that was taken for the command was from another folder. This is Control C. Let me copy it over there. This one has now 9 records, but it has to be copied into this folder where I have given the path into the command, or I can give the path to this other folder. Sorry, this is my mistake. And just paste it, and I hope so everything will be fine. Replace the file destination. Yes. And now run the command again. It should get all the data of 9 users. Yeah, now it has the data of all the 9 users. So all are updated. Can just save the picture to see and remember that yes, we have now these users into the group of project leads. Control C into our sample file, and this one is also our picture file, assignment picture. So I'm just saving here the example that we have created right now. Where will be my name into this picture? It's easy to see somewhere because see, this is the name of your organization actually. So we can see here somewhere your name, and the purpose of this picture is here users from the CSV file are added by the PowerShell command. This is the command and this is its example run result picture. Users from the CSV file are added by the PowerShell command. For you guys, either I can upload the file that I have there into the Blackboard site, or you guys can write it yourself. It's a very easy file. It's just 3 columns and the names as you like, but the names of the username should be those are existing already into your tenant, and of course the group should be that is already there into your tenant, and then it will be working. Okay, just let me go there and copy for you guys some data, but you have to change this data. Let me see if I can write it into the chat window. Somebody has asked something. Set SPO user file not found. Set SPO user file not found. Okay, then what you can do, there is other utility also. I have shown you before actually. I'll show you once again also. Give me a minute. Sometimes if you guys don't have, I believe this is the message because the libraries are not there that we need to manage our SharePoint Online into your PowerShell. But we have SharePoint Online management utility also. Okay, let me copy this if it's copied here. Not very nicely. And just try if I can get for you guys from the okay, I just copied 3 lines, then you guys can get it and make as a sample your own file. I write it here and see how it works in the chat. You can just copy and paste that 3 lines into your notepad and then change it and create your own file. Okay, so this is one thing, and there is another utility that I believe will have all these commands, and that we can just download. I have shown you to download that in a previous lecture, and how it looks like. It is somewhere here. It was, if I can find it. Yes, Microsoft 365, no, not migration agent. SharePoint Online Management, something like that. Let me just search it. See, yeah, SharePoint Online Management Shell. This is the shell similar to PowerShell. Let me click on it. When we install this one, the libraries also work from the PowerShell. If I click on Run as Administrator, I will start another window. it looks like this. See, the administrator SharePoint Online Management Shell. Same commands we can execute on this one as just we execute from the PowerShell. I will just copy this once again. We'll give some error. Sorry, we need to connect to SharePoint Online Service before running any commandlets. Yeah, of course, we need to connect, and that will be the same command that we have given before. We are sorry, just let me complete this. You guys know this is our first picture, so you guys note it and create your own picture. Users from the CSV file are added by the PowerShell command. Now I just go back a couple of the slides and connect my SharePoint Online Management Shell with the command that we have given to connect. The first command, this one. Same command, and it will connect with the same process, username, password. I can copy my username from here, so at least a little bit easy. Password. And phone authentication. It is here somewhere. Yes, it is approved. And now this one is connected. And then we can issue the same commands that we have issued in PowerShell. And this utility you can just download from the Microsoft website. If you just search it, you will find the link to download. I have already downloaded in the class, in some previous class. And the command that last we executed was this one, to create users from the SharePoint, from the CSV file. So this is the import CSV and then add SPO user into the group. Okay, so we can test this command here also in SharePoint Online Management Shell. Yeah, so all the users are, but actually we have seen already that system does not issue a warning or error message when we add again the same user into the same group. I just take a copy picture of this one also as another example for our class. So you have tested the same command using the SharePoint Online Management Shell also. I believe if you use this one, you will not get that error. And I think so also if you install this one, and after that, even from Windows PowerShell, you will not get the error. But at least if you get error from Windows PowerShell, you can use the command from this utility. Okay, where I can keep this picture. I just somewhere dock it. This is another example picture. Okay. So After we have completed many steps, but just we have created one picture. So now some other picture will be completing soon. And we have completed already our almost 50 minutes. So this next picture is coming soon. So just completing that and then we take a 5 minutes break. So next is now let's remove the bunch of people of several groups in different sites using the same CSV file. Here is an example command. For the import CSV, same way. Then for each remove SPO user, we can use that command to remove those users that we have created, added into the groups. Command will look like this. It will import the same file and remove those group users from the same group that we have added, just for our practice. And this will be our second picture when we will execute this command. I am just executing. I can execute on, let's see, this time I execute from the SharePoint Online Management Shell. Control V. Import CSV. This is the name of the CSV file. For each means that for each line, remove SP user from the group. That group will come from the CSV file, and the login name will come from the CSV file login name column, and the site will also come from the site column of the CSV file. Press enter and see what happens. This time system does not give any warning or error message. So that means then the thing is done already, but we don't get any message. But if there is no warning or error message, then it means it has worked. I can just copy this one. And how we can, I'm just trying to copy this one, this command, like this. Control C, and here in the example pictures, Control V, showing that we have removed all the users, those were in that file, from the group that it mentioned and from the site that it mentioned. Even if we go to our CSV file, we can write here, of course, any group. So that will not make, whatever group we have, and in the group, like for example, project managers, we have another user, we can write here, and on whichever site we can write here, and then it will be removed from that site and that group. So a powerful command that can help us to manage many users at one time. Okay, so this will be our second picture for today's assignment. Title will be users from the CSV file are removed by the PowerShell command. Just to reconfirm, I want to run this command once again, see what happens. We can just press up arrow and the command will be there, and we press enter and see. System again runs without any warning. But if we want to reconfirm, how we can reconfirm? We can go there directly and see if there is in our tenant graphical user interface. Go to our website, this one, and we can go to our Office 365 Admin Center, users, active users, and here maybe we can choose a column to show. No, from here we cannot see. Okay, if we click on user number 15, we were dealing with, yeah, user from 11, 12, 13, 15. Okay, we click on user 15 and see what information we have here. Account, sign in, roles, contact information, phone, office, devices, license, mail. No, we cannot see it here. Teams and groups, active teams and groups. And here, active teams and groups. We have here we don't have that group here. Deleted groups, shared mailboxes. Okay, now sorry, we cannot see it from here. We will see how we can see them later. Right now we will complete our next task that we were completing to complete our picture number 2. Let's see if the picture number 2 is completed. Yeah, picture 2 is completed. We just want to delete the groups, the users from the groups, and that was done in SharePoint Online Management Shell. Okay, and we have taken the picture and pasted here the sample picture. Both sample pictures we have here. This is our picture number 2. And we will take a break because we have already almost 1 hour recording. So yeah, it's 57 minutes. So I will stop the recording and take a break for like 5, 7, 8 minutes, 7 minutes actually, or maybe 6 minutes until we stop. So record.